was ours. We ruled this land. We owned the night. But man rose up against us. We were overthrown. For centuries, hidden away in darkness, tortured by thirst, choking down dust, starving, until now, our hunt begins again.
Press space to wake up. Finally able to get out of this old dusty tomb. Oh, it's been so long. So long. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Oak. We today are going to be checking out V Rising. It is a multiplayer sandbox vampire story. Well, I guess I wouldn't really say story, but it's definitely a game. It is a game that I've been enjoying for quite some time now. I've been playing it for the last like 3 weeks on the public server. But this today is going to be our own precious little server for us to be playing together. This is I, the Vampire Boy. And let us enter the wild. See what the world has in store for us. Now, when you come out of the door, you awaken out into a, well, kind of a nasty area of sorts. Turn down volume here. There we go. Oh, it's a little quieter for you. We wake up to a bunch of skeletons. Wake up in a tomb. A lot to find. So we have stone that we can pick up, lumber, and we have bones. We also have a quest up here in the top left corner. We claim it, and now we can make the bone sword. Now I'm playing on PC, which I believe is the only spot that you can play it as right now. Hitting tab opens up your character select. You have your inventory, and then you have your crafting menu, or a crafting menu for your person. I'm gonna click that. We're gonna start making a bone sword. Now I can leave that, and it will still continue making the bone sword. And then, as it shall, auto-equip at the same time. Definitely doing a lot more damage than it was earlier. This is still way too loud. I'm gonna turn it down. Sound. There we go. 25. That seems perfect. That seems good. Now that we've got the bones that we need, and have killed the enemies that we need, make a bone ring. I'm gonna collect some more bones while we're in here, because bones are gonna be pretty scarce out there in the wild. Unless you go to like a cemetery or something. And bones are needed for quite a bit. So, stay here and collect. There we go. Got that. We go back to our crafting spot, and now we're gonna make the bone ring. And while that is being made, we will also head out this way. It looks like we found our exit from this cemetery. Ooh, and then we also have to hit an enemy using Shadow Bolt. Shadow Bolt is going to be our R key. It's going to be a skill line, straight shot. that harms our enemies from afar. Oops. Totally messed that up. On our C key, we have a shield, our personal shield bubble, that if gets hit, will knock back enemies away from you. Now, it looks like we also have the Shadow Bolt thing done, so we're gonna hit claim. And now we're able to craft Bone Guard Vestments and Vermin Salve. It looks like we can make our armor. There's where the bones come in handy, because you have to have the bones to make these. Bones to make the bone gloves and the bone guard boots, but we also need animal hide. And unfortunately, there is no animal hide here in this cemetery, so we will have to go outside. Go out and about. But you don't have to do that right away. You can sit in here for a hot minute, collect the things that we need. That way we don't go rushing into the wild without anything to be able to complete these quests. Rats. And the rats that I'm collecting will be used for the salve. Salve is a healing potion that we can make. Container, that's got some wood and stone and bone in it. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here now. Bone. Making our way uptown, out of here. We need to go to the forest now. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Actually, while we come into this enemy, I want to show you what this ability does. That C key that I messed up on earlier. Hit that. Okay, I messed up on it again. Ouch. See if I can make it work. There we go. That could be super useful in really tight, sticky situations. Get yourself stuck in a corner and need to get out, and you don't have the ability to zoom away. It's gonna be useful. Put that shield on and make everyone watch you. Now, we do have the option to choose locations where we exit from out of here, because this is technically the tutorial area. Now, we have the option to choose the west side or the east side. I don't really have a preference on either side of which I like to choose, but today we're going to go on the west side. And we're going to hit shift to jump down. I don't know why I jumped all the way over here. But that's perfect! Another spot for bones before we leave. Or rats. We can collect stone from here, which will be very useful later. Now, I don't technically need this stuff yet, and I really shouldn't be using my sword to collect all this stuff. But, as I'll show you later, we'll be able to build the things we need to collect that stuff even better than what we are doing right now. And it looks like we found ourselves a teleport, which will be super useful for way later down the road. Way later down the road. Right now, I still need to make the boots and the gloves, and I can't do that until I get some animal hide. Ooh, animal hide, we picked up 40. Unfortunately, it's at the cost of this poor deer. But look at that, we might even get some help from the wolves. We'll just let that deer live. Ooh. Now, as you can see, this does have a percentage on here. That percentage was 27. While that might seem like a very small number, right now, in the area that we're in, it's a pretty big number. Now, each thing that we suck blood from is going to have a different blood type. Right now, this has the creature blood type at a 27% quality. That only gets us the tier 1 availability on the blood pool slot that we have. So, we have movement speed 3% to 15%. It doesn't really give you a specific, just somewhere in that variety. I assume if you hit 30%, it would probably bump that percentage up more. Like blood type quality percentage. Yeah. So if I got like a 40%, I could probably bump it up to tier 2. If I got like 50, it'd bump it up to tier 3. I'm not quite sure on the exact percentages, but hopefully you understand. Now I do have the hide. Let's see if I can make what we need. I can make the bone guards. Yep, and the gloves. Nice. And at the same time, I can also make the vermin salve. You can make all of these things at the same time, which is super helpful. And it does automatically get equipped to your body. So while you're waiting for all that to get done, I'm gonna sit here and collect some more. That is an 87%. Holy moly. You do not see that very often out here in the wild. We're gonna claim that because we're done with that quest. Now, you can use that as an attack as well if you need to quickly kill something and get out of the way. Because you'll jump onto it, bite it, rip it apart, and then you'll jump and bounce off into a certain direction. And I'm assuming it's the direction opposite of where you're attacking it from. So there's two uses for it, which is very helpful. One for gaining the blood that you need, and one for surviving. It looks like there's a fight down there between the wolves and a poacher. I'm gonna stay away from that from now. I don't need to get in the middle of whatever they're going through. So as I was mentioning earlier, we have the blood types. I still have the creature blood type, but now it's at 87%, which means I have the tier 3. So that bumps our movement speed up, probably to max 15%. Max 25 sun resist rating, I assume. And then partial damage reduction. So that'd be super nice. Unfortunately, our blood pool can run out. So we do have to keep an eye on that and make sure that it doesn't run too low. Because if it does, possibility that we can die. Now that we've gotten that other quest done, Into the Woods is our next quest. Craft a bone axe and then cut down trees with that bone axe. So we're going to come into our crafting slot here. Here's where the bones come in handy from collecting them from earlier. We're going to make that bone axe now. Going to automatically equip. Now I'm able to collect what looks like 5-ish lumber. Maybe. 2 to 5. 2 to 5 lumber a swing. Let's say I've got this axe now. 2 axes, by the way. That is a bear. Don't need to get in the middle of that. I am collecting that a lot faster than what I was before. 83. Now, it might be because it's a different type of tree. Like, look how much smaller or slower of a rate that this is getting collected at. I would have already been done. Look at that. So, you know, beneficial to make sure that we're using the right tools for the job. And next one, we still, oops. Well, I just used our vermin salve. I didn't need to do that, but well, now we're extra healed. Oops. Make sure we get the axes equipped here. Looks like we have a poacher on the way and the sun is rising. 2 things that we need to look out for very, very much. We'll finish this and then we will continue forth. Bone mace is the next thing we need to make. And with the bone mace, we can crush these rocks down. Now, technically, I can collect the stone with my axes or with my sword even. But again, we want to use the right tool for the job. So now that we've got our mace, we'll be able to smash this and get the rocks even faster than what we were going to be able to before. Now the bad thing of being a vampire is that the sun hurts. So daytime kind of burns. Burns a lot. Burns a lot. So we're going to have to definitely be careful while the sunlight is out. See, I made the mistake at the very beginning of playing this by not using the right tool. And I could have collected so much faster and saved so much time. Look how quick that sun can get you. You're not staying in the shade. Shadow is very, very important. Castle, Hot, and Boulders. Now this is where it's going to start teaching you how to build, which is one of my favorite things in this game. Mwah, chef's kiss. Love it, love it. Getting burned. Getting burned. Let's get into some shade. Now, B is going to bring us up with our options to build, but we need blood essence in order to do that, and we need stone. We have plenty of stone. Definitely need some more blood essence, and the only way to get that is to kill things. So, wolfies, come here. Whoop. Now, we do have to make sure that we're staying out of the sun while we do this, so it's kind of a dangerous situation that we're putting ourselves in. Putting ourselves in a very confined space, not able to do a whole lot, but thankfully, we made it out of there alive. Now we have enough blood essence and we can make our heart. Now, choosing where you want to put your first house is kind of a big deal, in my opinion. It kind of means that, you know, you could be too close or too far away from a certain resource that you may or may not want. So I know this map very, very well. I know that if I go towards the middle of the map, I'm going to be pretty close to, you know, most of the enemies and bosses and things that I need to kill to collect the things that I'm going to need later on. So I did just come out of the west side here and I've walked up to this point, but I am going to keep walking over into this middle area and maybe we'll find a spot. Normally I'll come up here just because it's pretty much dead center. It's a very open space. When you're by yourself in the game, it's probably one of the best early spots to pick. But if I see something nicer than that, maybe something in this general area, or something over here. Who knows? Who knows? Whoop! Time to run. Time to run away. Ouch, the sun burns. Okay. I am going kind of the wrong way, actually. This is why looking at the map is very important. Very important indeed. Now, it is very slow to walk to and fro. But thankfully, we will be getting a mount later.
No! God, please, no! No!
I put mount in quotations, because technically we will get a horse, but before we get a horse, we get something else that's actually really, really cool. Really, really cool. That's a skeleton. That's a level 18 skeleton. I'm only level 10. The way that we've leveled up is by the gear that we have equipped. So this is level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 3, and the axe that we have is also level 3. So all that is getting us up to that level 10. Once we start gearing up and getting better stuff, and like, let's, you know, later on you'll get iron armor of some kind. Nice thing about that is that we're gonna be beefy boys. If you and your friends decide that you guys want to play, and one of you is super high level, and the other one is just coming in, your friend who's super high level can have gear for you already there waiting. And then there, you're the same exact level as your friend. Because, you know, it's all based on the gear. Oops. Let's collect that. We don't want to waste our materials. I want to kill the poor doggos for no reason. Ooh, okay. No, I don't want to deal with you. No, thank you. No, no, thank you. I don't exist. I'm not here. I'm not real. I'm just a part of your imagination. Looks like the moon is going to be coming out soon, so we really need to find a place and find it fast. Let's check our map. We're getting closer up into this middle area. Oh crap! Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Well, thanks for the wood, but I'll be on my way. Yeah, no thank you. Oh, so much evil out here. So much danger. So treacherous. Well, let's cut up the top here. The wolves are following us, but they should kind of leave me soon. Bye. Bye. See you later. Now, there's a lot of materials that I'm walking past here, but I should be able to get enough materials from the area that I start building around, because this stuff is pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Normal for this area, for this biome. It looks like we are going to cut up across this way. This is like the most open area right now in this area. Here we are! Home sweet home. Do we want to open up this area and build, or do we want to start building up here? I kind of want to start building up here. Where can we put the castle heart? Can I put it anywhere out here? I could put it there, or I could put it back here. Put it there. Then we're going to start building around it. But in order to do that, I'm going to need to get all this stuff out of the way. And this is what I meant about having plenty of materials around you. You're going to have to cut down everything around and collect it just to build and do what you need. It's not, you don't have to go too far. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, it is starting to get pretty clear now, but I do want to continue cutting down because I don't want to have to put the menu up, put the menu down. And better just to do it right the first time. All right, we've got the trees cut down. This will disappear soon. We're gonna cut this out of the way, just so it's not in the way when I go to put the door up. This is where building gets really fun. Yes, it does seem like it might take a little bit to start crafting, but chef's kiss, because it's so rewarding. I'm gonna leave those trees there for now. Let's go cut them down. We'll cut them down. We'll cut them down. We'll cut them down. We'll cut them down. Fall down tree. Thank you. Okay, so now we've got little spaces, borders that we can put down is what they like to call it. I will do that now. Ooh, what do I need for that? I need stone. Make one more, so at least it's a square. Do I have stone up here? No, I do not have stone up here, but that's okay because there's stone down here. I'm just gonna flip off. Thought there was. Here it is. Here's some stone. Wrong thing. There we go. That should be enough for that extra border. Yep, we have enough for 3 more. Let's go ahead and build it here. And then we'll build a spot for where we want to put either the coffin or loot for our chests. Now, on top of that, we now also need to build walls. But we can't do that until we interact with this castle heart first. We'll claim the next quest, and now we can build castle walls. Production, walls. And I'm going to start with this border here, that we can get a door. Now, if we were playing in a public realm, this is the first thing that you would want to do. Because you don't want anyone else to be able to come in and take your spot. Take anything that you've got. So, we'll go ahead. We'll put that door up. We're going to exit out of here. As you can see, there is a red shroud on top of this. Unfortunately, our castle is decaying right now. But, as long as we put in blood essence, well, our castle stops decaying. So we just got to keep this thing filled with blood. And, yeah, we should be fine. But unfortunately, it also takes blood to build. Oh, it doesn't take blood. Ooh. Some things do take blood essence to build, but apparently I was wrong. Stand corrected. You don't need blood essence to build these walls. Glad I looked at that before I went out. So satisfying. Okay, now I do need to go out and collect more wood real quick, so we're gonna do that. It does take lumber and it does take plant fibers, which are both the easiest thing to collect. So it won't take very long at all. There we go. One door, and that is all we need. Now, we also need to put a wooden coffin down. And that's where I was going to put it right over here. And we're going to put a chest down as well, a wooden stash. And that has completed this last quest. Now we can start refining materials. But we're going to wait to do that until the next episode. Thank you everybody for joining me, and I hope to see you again real soon.